Yes, once again, we are here with Reaching Out, and we're going to reach out to one of our favorite artists from halfway around the world. I believe he's in the UK right now. I think he's in London right now. So we have Joel Corry. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on, man. And yeah, I'm in London. It's not the best weather, to be honest. It is summer over here, but it's raining as usual.
Isn't that somewhat of a novelty for London, though, that it's always raining?
Always, mate, always. Because obviously, because of what's happened in the world, I'm not away. I'm usually touring during the summer. So right now, I'll be in Ibiza or Greece. So this is the first summer in so many years that I've actually had to stay in London, and yeah, mate, it's not the best.
And you're reminded how much you don't want to be in London at this time of the year, I suppose.
Exactly.
And you must be a little bummed because, my gosh, your first #1 single and you can't perform live with it.
Yeah, obviously I'm sad that I can't play the track out to a crowd. I mean, it's kind of strange that I've released a record that I've never played in a club before. That's really odd to me. But I'm just staying positive, because those times will come again, and hopefully next year things will be back to normal, and it'll make the moment even more special when I play that track for the first time in front of a crowd. So yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm positive, and I know the good times will come back.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're still connected through the internet, like we are right now, and you are doing your live sets online, right?
Yeah.
You recently released your VIP remix of Head and Heart.
That's it, yeah. So the VIP mix comes out on Friday, and yeah, I've been playing my tracks in my live streams, and I've really enjoyed them. It's almost like going back to when I was younger again and just DJing on my own in my bedroom, and my mum telling me to turn the music down and neighbors knocking on the door saying, "What's this racket?" So it's kind of nice to go back to just me and the decks and sort of just finding my own groove. And yeah, like, you know what though? I know it's a shame that clubs aren't open and people are not enjoying music sort of in that sort of live environment right now. But what's nice for me is that to know that people are enjoying the tracks, at home, maybe having little house parties or in the gardens. I said that Head and Heart is the barbecue banger this year. So
And it really is. And by the way, I think that it's also like a gym banger. When I go to the gym, when I hit the gym and I listen to it, it brings me an additional bit of energy to pump the irons. And you being yourself a trainer, do you still hit the gym? And when you do hit the gym, do you listen to Head and Heart?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a big fitness fanatic, and yeah, I go to the gym every day, and I've been doing that like my whole life. It's not just a physical thing for me. It also helps me mentally. It makes me feel good. It makes me perform better in the studio. It makes me perform better on my gigs. And yeah, obviously music plays a big part for me in the gym. It's actually, when I actually make mixes or make tracks in the studio, one of the biggest tests for me is to go and play it in my headphones in the gym, because you kind of zone out a little bit, and it's a good way for like vibe and test things. Because sometimes when you just listen to stuff in the studio, you don't really get the right perspective of it, because you've obviously been working on it for hours, and it's just when you go and drive in your car or you go and put a tune on in the gym, that's when you really feel like, okay, this feels good to me now. But yeah, I don't really train to Head and Heart just because I've heard it so many times. I can't hear it anymore in the gym. But
if I can identify a song to be a good one, it's when I'm doing core muscle training, because you need to go to a special place when you do core muscle training. And if a song can somehow get me through that training session,
yeah,
then it's a good song. And I guess Head and Heart does do that for me.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear, man. And I love, like, on Instagram getting tagged in stories of people working out to the tracks,
yeah,
and it giving them that extra bit of motivation to push through them sets, because I can totally relate to that, because that's music does that to me. So I love the fact that people are vibing to my tunes in the gym. It's a great thing, man.
Yeah, the whole world is, and especially in the UK. I mean, 5th consecutive week at the top of the chart, right?
Yeah, mate, even when you say it, I still can't really believe it. I can't really believe it. Like, it hasn't sunk in. Like, people keep telling me, like, how do you feel? I'm like, I don't know. It's a massive dream come true, man. And yeah.
I heard that you didn't exactly celebrate when you first hit the top of the charts, but now at the 5th week, have you somehow done some sort of celebration for it?
You know what? Like I've had like some nice evenings with my friends and family and management, and obviously Emanike, who's on the track with me. We've had some nice drinks together. I haven't obviously had a big mad one because obviously those sort of things are not really happening at the moment, and I've been very focused on the campaign and making more music in the studio and kind of just staying on point. So I haven't really gone out and partied. To be honest, I'm not really that sort of guy, if I'm honest. Although you'd think I'm a DJ, and you kind of. The truth is, I'm pretty boring.
Well, no, I understand, because the truth is, if you train, then you got to live a healthy life, which means that a large part of the DJ lifestyle, you can't be doing that all the time, right?
Yeah, yeah, you've hit it nail on the head. Like through just my life, like I've always been in a routine of sort of the gym thing and the healthy eating, and exactly what that takes, and you can't really be out partying a lot. Although I do obviously love to have a party, and when I'm out DJing, back on tour, I always have a great time. And but yeah, it's kind of a bit more contained for me, maybe compared to other people that who maybe party a bit more than I do.
And I think we haven't really given Emanike the proper mention during this interview. We
Yeah.
need to talk about him a little bit, because from Sorry to Lonely to Head and Heart, I heard he reached out to you first. So at what stage of these singles, these huge singles for you at 2019, 2020, did he reach out to you?
Yeah, so I've been working on Head and Heart for ages. I was
Yeah.
working on Head and Heart like November 2019.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
that was like 10 months ago.
Right.
And I was working on this original demo of Head and Heart, and I was like so attached to this song. Like I knew it was super special. At the time, I was about to launch my single Lonely, which came out in January 2020. So I was really just ramping up and getting prepared for the campaign release of Lonely. But at the same time, I had this Head and Heart track that I was working on. I kept going back to the project. Like I was getting kind of obsessed with it, and I knew that it was a special song, but it needed a new vocal.
Oh, you couldn't finish it.
Couldn't finish it. It was like this puzzle in my head of like I kept going back to it, and I was like, there's something there, but I can't get it right. And it was
Oh.
like I needed some new parts written to it, and we tried a few
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was looking for a new pre-chorus, and we were trying, it just wasn't clicking. And I was kind of like going, oh God, I've got to get this track done. It's so special. And then Nike, the demo got into his hands, right? And he hit me up on Instagram, March 2020. So we're going forward to March now. Just at the start of lockdown, he messaged me and said, Joel, I've heard this Head and Heart track. I love it. I want to get involved. And I was like, oh my God. Because I'm a massive fan of Emanike anyway for years. So for him, yeah. So for him to reach out to me, I was like buzzing anyway. For him to want to get involved in the track, like, wow. So of course I was like, mate, I'd love to do this with you. I explained to him that I felt like the new sections needed writing. And obviously he's an amazing songwriter. So he was like, leave that with me, mate. I was like, cool. And then literally the next week, he recorded all his vocals at home because we couldn't get in the studio because of the lockdown thing. So he just sent me all his recording, and he also wrote the pre-chorus. He did it and he smashed it. It was perfect. And yeah, and then we finished the track together during lockdown, and here we are.
That is a crazy story. And Instagram is how he reached out to you?
Slid in, bro. It's usually me doing the sliding. Like I'm the DM king, bruv. Like, but this
I
time
can't. Are you?
I was on the other end of it.
Wait. Okay, so now that you're at the top of the charts, how many people have been sliding into your DM, as in like musicians who are coming to reach out? Like, is there anything you can tell me about who's been messaging you?
Bro, the DMs are active, but
They're coming. Okay.
it's still mainly me doing the sliding though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, look out, guys. If you see Joel Corry with a blue tick, sliding into your DM, he's just doing what he does best. All right. Joel, I'm going to have to ask you something, and you don't have to tell me the honest truth, but out of all the big-time UK artists right now, I'm going to name a few, and you let me know which one has the highest probability of you wanting to work with them. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam Smith, Stormzy, James Arthur, Chris Martin, Dua Lipa, Ellie Goulding.
Oh wow. Well, okay. So first of all, I actually done a remix for Stormzy.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
Own It, which is probably like my favorite remix that I've done so far. I play it in all my sets, man, and yeah, I love doing that remix. Obviously, Storms is an absolute legend. He was actually on the track as well with Ed Sheeran and Burna Boy.
Right.
And like, I'm a massive Ed Sheeran fan, so that's my dream collaboration.
Oh, I missed Matt Sheeran. Damn it.
So Ed would be like my dream collab, because I'm a big I mean, who isn't an Ed Sheeran fan? But I mean, the thought of him on some house beats would be pretty cool, because he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't really done a big dance track. So
No, you're right. You're right.
It'd be very interesting on a sort of a head and heart vibe. Or I think it would be a smash, man. It would be sick. So you never know. Anyway, I'm talking like dream world right here now, man. But all the artists you mentioned, wow. I mean, Sam Smith. Sam Smith, man. Going back to the days where he was like doing his tracks with Disclosure.
Yeah.
They were like my tunes back in the day, man. I mean, Latch.
Yeah. Latch was an amazing track. Yeah.
It's just like, it's like a timeless record. So yeah, I mean, that to work with Sam one day would be absolutely amazing. I mean, but as I said, all these artists that you're naming, and Dua Lipa, I mean, could you imagine?
So I suppose Ed Sheeran, watch out. Joel just might try to slide into your DM in the next couple of hours. No, you already have. Oh, you're just waiting for a response now. Great.
You underrate me, bro. Like,
of course you have. Okay, Joel, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing those live stream and keep coming up with great music. We appreciate Head and Hearts, and we're going to be enjoying much more. Thank you very much for joining us here on ICRT today.
Thanks, Joey, man. Great to chat, and we'll talk again soon.